All right. Dear students, professionals, and esteemed speakers, welcome to the 9th ISType conference. This has been a great journey for me and my fellow friends and former students who's been helping me and volunteering to make this event possible. They will all be mentioned at the end of the conference. But now I don't want to eat so much time of our first speaker, Tobias Ferrer-Jones. Beforehand, I do want to briefly give an overview of what ISType is and the meaning of it, why it's important, at least to me, and also mention a very important person who passed away last December in 2023. Jan Middendorp was a good friend, a colleague, and a prolific author, a wonderful human. I had the opportunity to dine with him, spend time in various countries. I learned so much from him, not only in terms of thinking and understanding the culture of type, but also the meaning of type, and more importantly, the meaning of life, when he generously shared his points about personal thoughts on life, which truly personally inspired me too. I would like to commemorate him. He's deeply missed, and I will be missing him. He was also the author of very well-known books, such as The Dutch Type and Shaping Text, several more books. He was a speaker at ISType 2023. This is the talk that he gave from 2023. This is me and Robert Bringhurst on the left-hand side, and Jan Middendorp smiling at me, which it's one of the only pictures that I have in interaction with him. So I thought it's really sweet. So going back to ISType. ISType was... Thank you. ISType was born here, this building that is only 2 minutes walking distance away from here, just right down there. It's Sabancı University's communication center, and it was born as a very humble, small event of only 30 people attended the first conference back in 2011. This is myself organizing the first ISType with my colleague Alessandro Segalini, and I was 28 years old back then. I was a young fellow. It was really sweet. It gave me the burst of energy of understanding the importance of gathering in person, gathering with people who work on the computer nonstop, and then when they get together, they have so much stuff to share. It was really, really inspiring. And then we moved to Salt Galata, the building where you are today, in 2022. So in total, I think it's quite meaningful to see this in one go, all the way from 2011, 2012, all these years. In the end, in 2024, we had 2 conferences. The first one was a symposium on Armenian culture in the Ottoman modern era. That was more of a history symposium. I gave a history-oriented type talk there, but it was mostly a history symposium. But still though, and now we have Text-ure. So all in all, well, also monoseries. So we've been also inviting. When I realized that it was insane to bring all these people every year, I was like, okay, I can do this, or we can get to do this every 2 or 3 years, and then have one person come and give a lecture. And then we have all these lectures in the past almost 9 years. And it's been actually going good. ISType Mono will continue. All in all, we had 109 seminars. So we had 109 speakers, and 105 of them came from various countries. And we had 22 workshops and 1 musical performance, which means we have some work to do with musical performance. We need more musical performance. All these years, just getting together with wonderful and inspiring friends, mentors. I learned so much from everybody, not only the speakers, but also participants, attendees, with some of the great questions came from them, students and professionals. Esen Karol took this picture, which was really sweet because she's someone who attended all the ISType conferences. This is the only ISType conference Esen missed, and so she's been collecting all these bags of ISType, which is part of the whole memory of spending time here together. And now this year, after various history-oriented symposiums, we are now again moving back to more contemporary type-related issues. We invited 9 speakers, and unfortunately, one speaker whom I would like to mention, she was not able to join us, although she was one of the first people that I emailed, and I've been really wanting to have her come and attend ISType. She said yes, and she was almost coming until the moment she started to watch the bombings happening in Beirut from her apartment with her family, just watching how all the bombs were literally falling 5 kilometers away from her apartment. That's when she said, Onur, it just doesn't make sense for me to come and talk about type. And obviously, so it's really sad. I'm deeply sorry about that she's not here. But I'm keen on bringing her over here, hopefully for a mono talk, maybe next year. So stay tuned with that. She was going to give this wonderful talk on the texture of Arabic type, the way how the imprint and the way how Arabic type behaves differently in various conditions. So it was going to be really, it will be meaningful when she will come and give this talk. This city is, as cliche as it sounds, it's genuinely inspiring me. I do type design. But I also do history research. I do research on the foundry types, Ottoman Arabic types, and I love digging into archives and then finding more information about the network of these key actors, the type makers, especially in the 19th century. So this city genuinely deserves this crowd. So that's why I would like to again thank all of you for being here, because this city has been producing a lot of type, original work of type that in the 19th century was exporting to the West actually. And now we're importing more, but nonetheless, this is a good way to produce more, such as this. This is a picture that I was able to find in part of my PhD that I completed at Mimar Sinan University, Fine Arts University, where my professors are also, they honored us to be here. And during my PhD, I was able to find the only surviving image of Ottoman type makers, Turkish type makers, mostly Armenian as well. Obviously, we can't tell their nationalities, but mostly it was predominantly run by Armenian type makers and Turkish type makers in the turn of the century. Matthew Carter kindly told me, I asked him what typecaster that was, and then he just, of course, he's the right person to ask, and he immediately pinpointed the French typecaster, and so that way I was also able to understand how there was an international economy involved. Like, you know, certain tools were coming from the West. They were also manufacturing and designing here. So it's a wonderful system. And now, before I end, as I said, it's really meaningful to have this type conference in Istanbul. Type is important, and this is Brody Noyan Şuander, a calligrapher who came several times to ISType. From his talk, typography is important. Yeah, but it's not that important. After all, a wonderful friend like Jan passed away, and Yara was not able to come. So when you think about those things, maybe it's not that important, but I'm grateful for your presence. Thank you for making this already an energized morning. Thank you.